aren't a whole lot of these made. So you can consider this basically like limited edition. Alright. Comes in a huge box, as you've probably already noticed, and let's have a look at what accessories we get with the GTX 480 Lightning. First, we get a 6-pin to 8-pin adapter. Okay, that's PCI Express power. Another 6-pin to 8-pin adapter, and then a dual Molex to 6-pin adapter. Mind you, if you don't have a power supply that's already capable of powering this card, then you need to reevaluate your build priorities. Here are the plugins for the voltage checkpoints. And then we also have a DVI to VGA adapter, as well as another, DVI to VGA and DVI to HDMI. So go ahead and throw that back in there. This card is heavy. Wow. All right, we got some bubble wrap in there. Down here, looks like we have a CD of some sort that you'll probably throw away. Oh, here, wow, it actually comes with an HDMI cable. Look at that. Okay. It comes with the Afterburner software, as well as the NVIDIA drivers, quick user's guide, and last but not least, a Lightning Series little pamphlet thing. All right, let's look at the card. So I'm just going to put this back together so that I can put the card on here to demo it. This thing is impressive looking. So the first thing we see through the packaging is the back plate that covers the entire back of the GPU. Now this is, okay, it's non-reference and even non-standard, this PCB. You can see that the PCB clearly goes higher than the PCI bracket on the back of the card. So you've got an additional, it looks like about a 3/4 inch layer here where they've actually housed a lot of the interesting features. So they've got some components mounted there, they've got all of the V checkpoints here, and then they have all of the power plugs also on that little riser part of the PCB itself. All right, so let's have a look at the cooler. This is a dual slot cooler, as I mentioned before, and you've got about half of the back I/O plate for rear exhaust. So that means that probably about, probably not much, probably about 1/4 of the airflow from this fan here is going to go out the back of the case. The rest of it is going to be released into the case. So you can see the ventilation here in the back. And then there's also room for the air to exit in many other parts of the cooler, so you can kind of reach down there. Here you can see the super pipe. So we've got one big long super pipe here, and then we have another shorter super pipe. So those are the thick heat pipes. And then we also have several regular heat pipes. This uses a PCI Express 16X interface, so that's one of the only standard reference things about this card. All right, you can clearly see the Unisync here. So if you actually removed the TwinFrozer 3 cooler from the top of it, you could probably mount GPU-only blocks. And as long as you've got some airflow over the card, I'm sure you could actually run it that way. You've got 2 SLI fingers, which means we've got support for 2-way as well as 3-way crossfire. There's a nice little MSI logo here. So you can see that the GPU is actually right under there. That's why we do have some ventilation holes here. All right, we've got more VRMs here, we've got more ventilation holes here, and what are we actually cooling with this thing? I'm just trying to look under the backplate to see if I can, I don't think it's actually cooling anything. I think the point of it is more for aesthetics than anything else. So, in terms of connectivity options, once again, we are non-standard. We have gold-plated connectors, and we have a variety of different flavors. We have 2 DVI connectors, 1 HDMI, and 1 display port. And what else we got here? Okay, we got more heat pipes up at the top. I think I already showed the top. Why don't we just get kind of some good angles of the card, and you can sort of check it out for yourself here. Actually, here, I should probably remove the plastic shroud, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's do that. There you go. Now you can see it better. I just completely slipped my mind. There we go. So now you can see the TwinFrozer 2 in all of its glory. There's the 90mm fans. You can see the aluminum fins are very dense. So what that means to me is that these fans probably have to generate a pretty good amount of static pressure in order to get satisfactory cooling on this card. Very impressive. Also large. That is all. Don't forget to subscribe to Linus Tech Tips.